This is the Two Better Halves podcast with me, Lenton Lees, and my better half, Sarah Lees. In this podcast, we take one topic and split it into equal 15-minute discussions. One led by me, one led by the old ball and chain. You can find us everywhere you enjoy podcasts. That's Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're even on YouTube. And be sure to follow us on Facebook for polls and discussions. Let's go!
Hello, and welcome to Two Better Halves. I'm here, as always, with my better half, Lenton.
That's me. You can hear me beeping. That means I'm running out of insulin.
And then I am Sarah, his better half. And today we are talking about a subject which our lovely listeners voted on, which is candy.
Boo! You guys had the power in your hands to give us something to really dig our teeth in, and you chose candy.
Yeah, but you literally can dig your teeth into candy.
I can literally dig my teeth into anything. Every topic we've discussed thus far in our podcast, I can bite.
Really?
Yeah. COVID-19. Depression. What else are we talking about? Drugs.
All right, I'll give you drugs. I have my suspicions about the other two. But
I can bite in. That's how the whole COVID-19 started. Somebody eating a bat.
Okay. So speaking of COVID-19 and quarantine, it's definitely been a while now. So, what are some of the things in particular that you're really starting to miss?
Oh, that I'm starting to miss. Alone time, obviously. Having your child there all the time sucks. I miss... Oh, God. Everything I think of is like the quiet, and I miss the people I work with. I miss my improv troupe. I miss my nephews a lot. I miss my brother. One of my brothers a lot. I miss the other ones a little bit. But one brother I really miss. I miss going to GameStop. I'm a big fan of GameStop. Can't go there anymore. The usual stuff.
Lots of things.
Yeah, I mainly miss, because I prefer being at home than going places. And I miss the house, like waking up and the house being quiet, and I don't even have to say a word until 2:30 when Skyline gets off the school bus. I miss not having to talk. That is a great feeling.
Huh. That's an interesting one. All right, so what are some of the things you definitely don't miss?
The things I definitely don't miss. You going to work.
Aw.
Don't miss that. I don't miss that tiny little window of time where Skyline is home from school and I have to fit in playing with her, helping her with her homework, eating dinner really fast with you, and then being at work by 4 o'clock. That 1 hour time thing is always really, really sad and depressing because I'm trying to fit in all the family time I can get before everybody leaves. So on the one hand, I really miss alone time. On the other hand, I really don't like that one rushed little bit of time. And I don't miss Pizza Hut in general. I just miss the people I work with.
Yeah, there's some good ones there for sure.
So if anybody wants to go to the Pizza Hut at Thomas Crossroads and be like, hey, where's your manager Lenton, that big nerd? And then they'll all laugh at me.
They won't laugh at you. You're being told you have to shelter in place until at least June 12th?
Yeah, one of the, Philip Singleton, is that his name? Whoever we have over here as a state representative or whatever you call him, was explaining to me on Facebook that they can charge me with a misdemeanor if I go out and do things because I'm a type 1 diabetic. Although Georgia's open to most everyone, I can still be charged with a misdemeanor. Wouldn't that be dumb?
It would be dumb, but I understand the idea. It's just I doubt they would actually enforce it, but I think it's just the way to show they're serious about the recommendation is to have it officially be listed as that.
The fact that they can charge just certain groups of people with a crime, that's ridiculous. I think that is.
I agree. And the other thing I think is interesting is how would they know? It's not like you have "I am a diabetic" tattooed on your forehead.
True. A lot of the times I go places, I wear my my medical ID thing around my neck,
Which is a good idea, so that if anything happens to you, the right people know what to do to make you better.
So, I mean, I guess, if I had like a really bad blood crash and I passed out somewhere public and then they went and they took care of me, after they take care of me and revive me, they can then charge me with a misdemeanor.
Well, that's your fault for crashing.
That's so stupid. That makes me, oh, God, I hate it.
I'm sorry.
It's not like people who have a family history of lung cancer aren't allowed to buy cigarettes, but other people are. But bullshit.
Yeah, that would be complicated to enforce, though.
All laws are complicated to enforce. That's why they're called laws, because it sounds like no.
I can't argue with that logic. So, that being said, we will move on to candy.
Oh, okay.
Which I know you're super excited for.
Yeah, I'm not excited at all about it, but
well,
yeah.
Do you want to go first then and get it out of the way, or do you want me to go first to get you in the mood?
I am more than happy to go through my 15 minutes of talking about candy.
I think you're just hating because you're diabetic and that, that sweet just is making you feel all heebie-jeebie.
That sweet's making me feel heebie-jeebie. That is some weird shit to say. And the way this works is I have 15 minutes to talk about whatever I want. Let's take a step back. Because if you're one of those poor people, and this is your first episode you've listened to, the idea of this podcast, when I came up with it, she came up with the name, I came up with the idea, is that the husband and wife will get equal time to discuss whatever serious thing in their life that they want to, like you're given the topic of, punishment for your kids. And then we have 15 minutes to really lead the discussion, and the other person has another 15 minutes to really lead the discussion. But it has since evolved a little bit into you have to come up with something to talk about for 15 minutes. So for my 15 minutes of candy, I've got a couple of things to talk about that are not very deep. But if Sarah makes me mad or she says something I disagree with, I can mute her microphone. I can tell her not to talk about that. I can tell her to stop asking questions. I can try to guilt her into saying really bad things. Whatever I want in my 15 minutes, she can do exactly the same. Thus far, we haven't abused our 15 minutes, but that was the idea behind it, which now we have to talk about candy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, candy could be a contentious topic, maybe.
Let's find out. My 15 minutes begins now. All right, so I got a golden ticket, baby.
Ooh.
I got a golden ticket.
Did you now?
I got a golden dance to make. I don't know the song as well as I thought I did. I got a golden ticket to Sarah's Chocolate Factory. What is special about Sarah's Chocolate Factory?
First of all, I love the fact that it's a chocolate factory.
Well, it's called Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
Well, I understand that, but
it's
then
not just chocolate.
But then the majority of the candy inside of it is not chocolate at all. I mean,
other stuff is magical bubble water.
Bubble water.
Yeah, remember they drink
when he floats. Okay.
They do the hiccups to come back down because they're going to hit the fan and die.
Do they hiccup or do they burp?
Oh, I think it is burp.
Yeah, it's much more juvenile.
Burps. So funny.
So I definitely would focus on the chocolate. I'm not a big fan of the other types of candy.
Well, Willy Wonka didn't eat his own candy. It wasn't about that.
Yes, it was. When he was a child and he had the weird braces thing on his face and he couldn't eat, his dad was a
that's
dentist.
Johnny Depp. That doesn't count.
But because it's Johnny Depp.
Wait, isn't it based on a book?
Yes, it is based on
a book. In the book, is it about...
I don't know. I've never read the book.
Okay.
But the book is called Charlie and the Chocolate
I've
Factory.
only seen the one with Johnny Depp, and it is about the braces and being the Grinch and all that stuff. But in the good one, it is about a creepy man trying to lure, how do you say that? Lure children.
I like watching your lips when you say it.
Lord. Children to his chocolate factory to trick them into staying forever.
Okay, well, I definitely don't want to lure children and trick them into anything.
Okay, good answer.
So I don't think there would be very many children in my chocolate factory. I don't think there would be Oompa Loompas. I feel like that's bordering on slavery.
Oh, yeah, what would your Oompa Loompa replacement be? I mean, like
cultural appropriation? I don't know. It feels like there's some badness going on there. So I don't know. I envision do you know those, the commercials for the Honey Nut Cheerios where the lady who works on the factory line is so excited about the Honey Nut Cheerios and she's like super enthusiastic. And
I know the Honey Nut Cheerios commercial with the actress who pretends like she's excited.
Yes. Well, that's what I want, workers that are all that enthusiastic and excited.
Okay. So what about your chocolate factory is going to make them that excited?
I do really enjoy chocolates that have a little something on the inside, the little surprise. And unfortunately, a lot of times the surprise inside the chocolates is like a fruit flavor, like strawberry or those kinds of things. And that's just not my jam. So we have to...
Fruit things, that's not your jam. That's hilarious.
Totally intentional. Definitely meant to make that joke. So we'd have to have more fun kinds of fillings on the inside, like maybe a s'mores filling, or I don't know what's a good flavor that would be a bacon, like a bacon puff filling. I mean, you get the salty and sweet.
You're describing what you can buy at like the gift shop, but what are like the interactive test children's good nature things that I'm going to find in Sarah's chocolate factory?
Oh, okay. I misunderstood the question. I thought I was talking about what makes my candies unique.
It's a factory.
Yeah, but factories don't usually have children tests in them.
Sarah Wonka chocolate factories do.
All right. So what are some things that kids do that are not good things you'd want to weed out? Selfishness. So maybe having boxes just lying around and seeing if they take them. And if they do, they like explode and cover them in paint.
Like when you rob the bank.
Yes, like when you rob a bank.
Okay.
So it'd be obvious and they wouldn't be able to hide it.
Yeah, that'll teach them.
I guess being like, kids like to eat all the time. So maybe if they're like always stealing some of the candy, some of them have like the glue in them, you know, where like you start chewing and it just sort of like makes your mouth weld shut.
I don't know what
temporarily, obviously.
Okay.
They're not being glued shut forever. I'm not a monster.
So what you've given me is, here's one type of chocolate I'm going to have, and everything else in my factory is going to be traps.
You told me there had to be traps.
I explained the difference between like the gift shop and like the factory part. There are magical, creative things. There's wondrous things. You've gotten rid of the Oompa Loompas and replaced them with sassy, happy Honey Nut Cheerio ladies. You don't have any songs so far. You don't want burp water.
No.
You just want, here's a chocolate and here's traps. This is terrible. This is a terrible place. I don't want my golden ticket.
But I'm there.
Are you there? You haven't even mentioned that you're there.
Okay, well, I just mentioned it. I'm there. Maybe like really like a candy playground, like slides and swings that are all made out of candy. That could be fun. It'd probably melt when you sat on it, since I specified it's only chocolate candy. So everybody would come out looking like they were chocolate covered.
All right, cool. So, yeah, you also have a melting playground.
Well, you could just keep it really cold in there, and then maybe it wouldn't.
Oh, a freezing playground.
Look, jeez. I clearly am not cut out for the chocolate
You're
factory
not.
life.
This is terrible. This is a terrible place. This is a place of nightmares.
Well.
Oh, I'm beeping. Y'all hear that?
It'll keep people from stealing my
now that we know
factory.
that the thing special about your chocolate factory is, in fact, nothing. The next question. What candy immediately makes you think of a bad memory? Give us some story time.
On Halloween.
Every Halloween?
Every Halloween. As long as I can remember when I was trick-or-treating. You would get those.
I would?
Everybody would.
Oh.
Those little hard candies that are wrapped in a wrapper that looks like a strawberry. But the candy doesn't even taste like a strawberry. It's like a little hard candy. And it is by far the worst candy you can possibly get. And if there's a Halloween where your ratio is like 1/3 of those candies to everything else, it is a loss.
What are you talking about? What candy is this?
I don't know what they're called, but it's a little hard candy. And they come in a wrapper, and the wrapper is red with a green top, and it twists, and it looks like a strawberry. And they are terrible. They are the most awful candy in the world. Nobody likes them that I've ever met.
I've never even heard of it.
And yet every Halloween, I would always get those candies, and it is terrible. And every house that I would get that from, I was like, man, that wasn't even worth walking up the driveway for. What are you playing at?
Is this like a real normal candy, or is this like an olden days candy?
Wow!
Well, I mean, like, this would have been, what, the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I still see them today. When kids trick or treat, I still will come across the little strawberry candies. Granted, not to the percentage that I used to get them when I was a kid, or maybe I'm just misremembering because I hated them so much that I thought there was more of them in my candy than there really was. It's entirely possible.
Maybe every Halloween something horrible happened to you, but you've blocked it out and you've replaced it with getting this made up hard strawberry candy that tastes disgusting.
I mean, I guess that's possible, psychologically speaking. I don't think it is, though. I think we're going to find that people out there are going to tell us that they know what these horrible strawberry candies are and that they agree that they're horrible and that it ruined their Halloweens when they were kids.
All right, that's fair. But I don't know this candy. So if you were going to compare that candy to a real-life horrible thing that could happen to me, how could you compare it?
It's a thing, not another taste. We're talking about a thing that could happen to you.
Yeah, so I can be like, oh, I can relate to that because it's like I'm getting burnt with a hot iron.
When you go to take a sip of your Sprite and you realize it's water. You're expecting something delightful and refreshing and bubbly to tickle your taste buds, and instead it's just plain,
refreshing,
bland, unexpected. Now, granted, water is delicious and refreshing when I'm expecting water, but when I'm expecting Sprite and it's water, it's a disappointment.
Okay.
You don't agree?
I mean, it's a disappointment, but then I'm like, well, I feel more refreshed now.
Nah, there's no upside, so I guess you don't feel the same way about the Sprite water conundrum that I do.
All right, it's time to sing.
Of course.
Favorite part of the day. We are going to do a candy shop.
Which I think I know, but
lyrics,
again, sometimes I think I know songs, and then I look at them and realize I don't know them at all.
Edit yourself, censor yourself as you
So much pressure.
see fit. If you needed me to beatbox,
Ooh.
I will not do it.
All right.
Wiki wiki booka chicka bounp.
I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going until you hit the spot.
Ew.
I'll take you to the candy shop. Boy, one taste of what I got. I'll have you spending all you've got. Keep going till you hit the spot. You could have it your way, how you want it. You gonna back that thing up, or should I push up on it? Temperature rising, okay, let's go to the next level. Dance floor jam-packed, hot as a tea kettle. I break it down for you now, baby, it's simple. If you be a nympho, I'll be a nympho. In the hotel or in the back of the rental, on the beach or in the park, it's whatever you into. It's too hard to read that fast. Got the magic
talk
stick.
slower. No one's making you talk that fast.
Doctor, I ain't finished teaching you. How about get sprung? I got. Want to show me how you work it, baby? No problem. Get on top. Then get your bounce around. Look like a little rider. I'm a seasoned vet when it comes to this. After you work up a sweat, you can play with this stick. I'm trying to explain, baby, the best way I can. I melt in your mouth, girl, not in your hands.
Melt in your mouth, girl, not in your hand.
This part I know. I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Although I don't have a very good 50 Cent voice. Keep going till you hit the spot. I don't think I can talk that low. I'll take you to the candy shop. Boy, one taste of what I got. I'll have you spending all you got. Keep going till you hit the spot. Girl, what we do, and where we do, the things we do are just between me and you. Give it to me, baby, nice and slow. Climb on the top, ride like you in a rodeo. You ain't never heard a sound of this before, 'cause I ain't never put it down like this. As soon as I come through the door, she get to pulling on my zipper. I don't remember this part. It's like a race who could get undressed quicker. Isn't it ironic how ironic it is to watch him in thongs? Had me thinking about that ass after I'm gone. Can I say that? I'm saying it.
Ass?
Yeah.
I mean, we've said it twice now.
Touch the right spot at the right time. Lights on or lights off. She'd like it from behind. So seductive you could see the way she whine. Her hips in slow-mo on the floor when we grind. Long as she ain't stopping, homie, I ain't stopping. Dripping with sweat, man, it's on and popping. All my champagne campaign, bottle after bottle it's on. And we gon' sip till every bubble and every bottle's gone. I'll take you to the candy shop.
Beautiful.
Yay.
Very, very well done.
I did okay on the chorus. Out on the rest was a little
on the chorus. And
iffy.
What we do, that's just between me and you. You got that part down because that's when he slows it down before he hops back into that good. Do you think this song or Lick You From Your Head to Your Toes is better?
By
Ludacris.
Yeah, no, I know the song. That one's way raunchier. So I think Candy Shop, it plays more with the subtle, which I think is a little more clever. The Lick Me song, Candy Shop is still pretty blatant, but it's not as blatant. I mean, that is a blatant song. That
is a blatant song. I like it when he talks about doing it at the 50-yard line.
I knew that's the part you were going to say, and I do it in the library on top of books, but you can't be too loud.
But you can't be too loud.
Well, now that I'm singing some of the lyrics, it may be a better song, just because it's probably one of the first rap songs where I actually could remember all the lyrics. I have a really hard time for some reason. I pick up songs really quickly, but with raps, I have to listen to them a lot before I actually start to be able to do rap along or sing along with it.
Well, Ludacris he's just better than 50 Cent.
Well, that's true too.
I mean,
I would concede
Luda is way better than what is 50 Cent's thing? What does he say?
I don't know. He goes, got that real deep voice.
50.
He doesn't have to work as hard though, because he just lifts up his shirt and shows you his 7 gunshot wounds to his chest that he somehow magically survived, and that's all the.
They're fake. They're tattoos.
Well, I mean, maybe I didn't see him get shot.
Well, did you ever play Get Rich or Die Trying, the video game?
No.
Well, if you play that, you can get him shot 7 times.
But that's still not seeing the real him. That's a little animatronic.
Do you
not animatronic.
Understand how animatronic? I was going to make a bad joke, but instead I get to make fun of you for a slight...
Animation, not animatronic.
It's not animation.
It is animation. It's a computer animation, but it's still animation.
Mm-mm. Not computer. Video games are made on paper and it's a flip book.
Well, then that's also animation.
No, that's different. Drawing is not the same as animation.
Okay.
That is drawing. Someone says, hey, what are you doing over there? You don't say, I'm animating. You say, I'm drawing. Boom. Perfect argument.
I mean, I can't.
And the 15 minutes is up.
I can't argue it. So.
Wow. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that 15 minutes. That's it. That's what I got. That's the best I can do for you. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Sarah gets 15 minutes to lead the discussion on candy.
All right. So when we were talking about this episode on candy, I started thinking about the candies I like and the candies I don't like. And I am definitely very particular on my candies. And there are things that technically are candy. But if you were to ask me to name candies, I would never name them because in my mind, they're not candy because I don't like them.
Example?
Basically everything that's not chocolate.
Okay.
There are very few candies that I like that fall into like the Jolly Rancher, the Twizzlers, most of those things I don't like. That being said, it made me think, what actually makes something a candy? Like, how is candy different from ice cream or cake or cookies? So I was just curious, in your mind, what makes it candy versus any of the other many sweet things that there are that we don't call candy?
What makes it candy is that you buy it and it's in a wrapper.
In a wrapper. So if I got like an individually wrapped cookie, then that would be a candy.
Well, hold on. That's not what what makes it candy is that it's smaller, like it is typically made small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. So if you take a cookie and you break it into pieces and you put it in your hand, okay, that's just pieces of a cookie. Candy needs to be made small enough to fit in your hand. That's why they call them candy bars, because it's multiple candies smushed together to make a bar. But if it's small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, yours specifically, that's how they measure it, it is a candy.
Okay, so like those gigantic novelty gummy bears that are like 20 pounds.
Not candy.
They're not candy.
Nope.
So what are they?
That is a gummy bear.
Okay, but the small gummy bears, because they do fit in your hand.
That's a gummy candy.
Okay, I'm not sure that I'm following this logic.
Okay, so let's say you have a cake, a really big cake.
Yes.
You call that a cake.
Yes.
Let's say you had a really, really shrunken down cake and it was in the palm of your hand.
Like a cupcake.
No, that would... What cupcake is fitting in the palm of your hand?
Those little mini cupcakes.
No, because not only does that have to fit in the palm of your hand, a strong wind shouldn't be able to knock it over. A cupcake would tip over, so that's different. That's like saying... I mean, there are lots of big things. I could probably take a chicken leg and stand it up perfectly to make it stay in the palm of my hand. No, that didn't work. If a strong wind would blow it over, it's no longer it is no longer a candy. It goes back to being like a dessert.
I'm completely flummoxed by this answer.
It's the right answer. That's how it works. So I mean, the main thing is that nobody ever, but no, not nobody, one person ever sees a piece of cake and a Tootsie Roll and goes, "Which one of these is candy?" But for the few people who have, I researched this. It's that it fits in the palm of your hand and that a strong wind wouldn't blow it over if you stand it up.
So a gummy bear, you don't think a strong wind would knock a gummy bear over if you stood it up?
What? Why would you stand it up?
To prove that it's candy.
A gummy bear would not fall. No, you're Sarah. You have to stand it up in order to make it fit in the palm of your hand. The gummy bear already fits in the palm of your hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about like a Twizzler?
What about like a Twizzler?
It doesn't fit in the palm of your hand.
You have to curve it. It curves into itself.
No, it doesn't. It's like a big, long, hard stick.
Maybe when you get your hands on it. But when I have my hands on it, it is a soft, mushy... What? The Twizzler? Do you know what a Twizzler is?
Yes, I do. Do you know what a Twizzler is?
It's the ones that curve. It curves.
They don't curve.
Yes, it does.
No,
You're thinking of a stick. A regular old stick. Because you're a stick eater.
Okay, well, what about a pixie stick?
What about a pixie stick? That's the wrapping. The wrapping is what makes it in the stick thing. But you don't eat the stick. You dump it out.
I know,
you dump out the powder. The wind test only counts after... What? The wind test only counts if it doesn't fit in your hand already. A pixie stick, you open the top and then you fit it in your hand.
Okay.
And you have a pile of sugar powder.
Do you want me to read the real definition of candy, or are you good with the definition you have?
Why would I need you to read what I just said?
All right.
But it's your 15 minutes, so do not ask me. Take charge. If you would like to, do it. Otherwise, accept my perfect explanation and let me feel good about myself. It's up to you.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, you can feel good about yourself. I have contentions with the actual definition of candy, too. But we'll move on. All right.
Never mind.
Go ahead.
One time I got in a fight with a girl who said... because I was basing my argument on the fact that the word sarcasm is defined by a joke. Like, it's one of the definitions that it is considered a joke. And when I showed her that, I was like, a sarcasm is joking. It's the same thing. It was not the same thing, but yeah, it still counts as a joke. She was like, "Oh, where did you get that? What was your source?" I was like, "The dictionary." It's like, "Oh, yeah, you can't always trust the dictionary." It's like, "What? You little slut."
Yeah, that's probably
Then
when
we
you
had
guys
sex.
broke up.
No, this was after we had already broken up.
Oh, well, that's weird. Okay.
Running out of insulin.
Yeah, it's really intense. All right, so I will, as I've mentioned, when it comes to candy, I'm very particular. There's a lot of candies that I do not like at all. Things like lollipops, your
lollipops,
delightful Jolly Ranchers that you love so much that I can't stand.
Jolly Ranchers.
I'm very, very selective. But I will say that there were candies that I liked as a kid that fit into those categories. Like, I really liked the unicorn lollipops, the ones that are all twisty and they're all rainbow colored. Really liked those a lot. I liked the little candy beads that would come on the sheet of paper, and when you'd bite them, you'd get a little bit of the paper too. I really liked candy cigarettes, which they don't have now, but are very similar to the Fun Dip stick. It's that same kind of chalky, crunchy texture. I don't like any of these candies now, but I did like them when I was a kid. So what's a candy that you can think of where you really loved it as a kid, but for some reason now you've matured and your taste buds have changed and you're like, yeah, you know what? No, that's not a good candy anymore.
And it can't be based on the fact that now that I'm a diabetic, I can't really eat candy. It needs to be based on something bigger.
It needs to be based on, like the taste, the feel, something about texture-wise, the enjoyment of, like, the process. Like, eating the dots off the paper when I was a kid seemed really exciting, but now the idea of eating paper with whatever I'm eating is just not an enjoyable experience.
Well, take it from me. Paper does not taste good. The ones that come to mind, Pixie Sticks, definitely. I used to be, when you're a kid, ooh, yeah, rip open that top.
Oh, and then it would start to get all gummy, the paper, and you'd try to get the Pixie Stick out, and you couldn't because the paper was all wet, and then you have to, like, cut it down lower.
And there's a strawberry candy attached to it.
Ugh.
Yeah, Pixie Sticks I used to be really into as a kid. Now they're disgusting. They make me want to die.
I mean, literally they do, but yes.
No, you told me not to base
I
it on
know, I'm
not. You just wanted to remind me that I'd die. Thank you.
Yes.
I am mortal.
Yes.
Let me wait for my beeps. Y'all love that, don't y'all? Gum. I used to like gumballs and chewing gum, and now I only will chew gum if my mouth tastes really bad from high blood sugar. But I hate gum. Gum is the worst. Ugh. Disgusting.
Gumballs in particular, like 3 chews and it's all hard and it's not pleasant.
Ugh. Ooh. You have to break through the shell like to get the little turtle guts. Ugh. Disgusting.
I agree.
Horrible. Hate it.
Yeah.
I thought of Pop Rock. I think everybody was into Pop Rocks.
Yeah, did you drink them with the Coke and then your stomach exploded?
Stupid kids. Yes, I did. I drank them with the Coke and my stomach exploded.
Well, maybe not, but maybe that's why you have the diabetes.
Yeah, it exploded my pancreas.
See?
And now I have type 1 diabetes. Was it Sugar Daddies? Is that the...
God, the chocolate with the caramel?
Yeah.
Ugh.
But man, I used to love those. Ooh, boy,
How do you have any teeth left? Those things are like...
Well, as we know, I have a lot of cavities. But I will not go to the dentist.
No, you don't like the dentist.
The dentist is horrible.
Oh, I like it. It makes your teeth all
dentist
sparkly.
is terrible. That costs... How could it possibly cost as much money as they say it does for them to stick a little drill in your tooth? That's so stupid.
I mean, it's the skill.
Oh, okay.
You don't want me sticking a drill in your tooth?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Well,
you let me drill your teeth.
Okay, I feel like there's a dirty joke in there somewhere, but I'm not sure what it is.
No, you literally let me do dentist work on you, and that's why you have to go to the dentist to repair the damage I do.
Oh, I missed that. I don't remember that happening.
Oh, well, there you go. Never mind, guys. Sorry, that was called a joke. Oh, no, scary.
Yeah, it is. More scary than the dentist.
Those are the candies. Oh, Blow Pops, but that falls into the gum category too.
Oh,
Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah. I never liked Blow Pops though. That is not a pleasant surprise in the middle of your lollipop.
Horrible, terrible. Disgusting.
And their flavors aren't as good either. Like I like Tootsie Pops. I like the cherry Tootsie Pops and the cherry Blow Pops. It's a totally different taste. It is not the same. How can it taste so different when they're both supposed to be cherry?
You only like chocolate, and you also like cherry.
Yes. But I don't like cherry Jolly Ranchers, and I don't like cherry Blow Pops. I like cherry Tootsie Pops specifically, and that's it.
They are delicious. I'm right there with you. Those are all the candies that jump out to me. Sweet Tarts.
What's one that you really like now that you
didn't like? I didn't like anything with nuts back in the old days. My God. I would just...
you don't get to be the only one to make the jokes.
You didn't even make a joke. You made a horrible fraternity boy.
Well, it made you laugh.
It was goofy. Wait, is it goofy? Yeah.
You loved it.
Oh, hey, Maxie. Let's play beer pong.
Whatever, you loved it.
That's
all right.
Goofy.
So I was looking up names that you could give your child based on a candy. And that made me think, if we're looking at different famous people, actors that are out there, I guess they could be wrestlers. You like wrestlers. They could be singers. Who's somebody who's got a candy name that you really like? And if you can't come up with one, I can give you a choice between 2.
Oh, God.
And then you can just tell me which one you like better.
All right, yeah, hit me with those 2. Maybe it'll get my mind going somewhere.
Reese Witherspoon.
Okay, because...
Reese's.
Yeah, but Reese's is like... Okay, so you don't mean named after specific candy. You mean
Well,
like
she's
named
named after
a
Reese's
brand?
peanut butter cups.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's like the brand.
Yes.
It is just chocolate peanut.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then Heath Ledger.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, we're going with brands.
Interpretations of the way that you could, whatever. If they fit in the candy category, I think we
Well, I like Heath more than Reese.
Are you talking about the candy or the people?
Both. I like the name Heath. I think the name Heath is nice and strong.
Okay.
Personally.
Is it just his name, or what about him as like a famous person?
Oh, so you want me to pick which of these two people I like more?
I
like Reese Witherspoon more than Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger hasn't put out a good movie in years.
Oh, wow. You are so proud of that. I love that smile. All right. Is there anyone else that you can think of now that you've had a little bit of time to stew on it that might be better than either of those? Or is that, are we good? We're going to go with one of those.
Let's see. Heath Slater. He's a wrestler.
So is he better?
As a human?
Yes. Than either Reese or Heath Ledger.
I don't know anything about Reese Witherspoon. Heath Ledger, obviously, you can't really judge because you can't talk about the dead. But yeah, Heath Slater. He's got a family.
That's important. Family is important.
For all the wrestling fans out there, they'll get that. Lolly. Like a lollipop?
Yeah, who's Lolly?
Lolly, that's like a term, isn't it? For like it's a type of like it's a sex thing. It's like a porn thing.
Yeah, but I thought we were talking about famous people.
Well, I mean, they're famous to me. Okay, no, you're right. Is anybody named Trolley? I'm just thinking of candy that sounds good right now, and Butterfingers. That's that famous pitcher who lost the World Series, Butterfingers. Get it?
Okay.
You know, because that's what you call somebody who's not good with the ball.
I get it.
That's so funny.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on from this topic. It didn't go quite the way I had thought that topic was going to go.
Sorry, girl. It's the best I can do.
So, there's a lot of holidays that are associated with candies or candies that are associated with holidays. So you think about like the stocking stuffer candies at Christmas time, and Easter baskets have different candy. Valentine's Day is all about giving candies to people. So which one of those?
Thanksgiving.
I don't know. Halloween, obviously going door to door and getting all the candies. So which one of the candies that are associated with those holidays do you enjoy the most?
Oh, well, you'll have to choose a specific to associate with Halloween.
Like the stuff that you typically would get in your, like when you go trick-or-treating. Because there's certainly some candies that you would be very unlikely to get.
You get a lot of stuff you can easily buy in bulk. So, yeah. I'd go with Christmas candy probably. Because you only get like one or two things. Easter and Halloween, there's always so much. Because that's sort of like the whole thing. But in your stocking on Christmas, you get like one or two really good things. And it's not so much that you can't appreciate the one or two good things. So you get to nibble on a delicious, we'll never know what I'm nibbling on.
We'll never know.
Damn, that's 15 minutes.
Christmas is going to be a disappointment now because I don't know what it is that you wanted to nibble on.
Well, I can't tell you because the 15 minutes is up and I don't want to break the rules. And we will not talk about it after this. So that's our episode on candy. We will not be putting up a poll for next week because we are going to be doing romance in quarantine and talk about how our romance, our love life has managed throughout this quarantine. It'll be a special episode. It'll be promoted in many new places. So hopefully it'll be a really good one, but if it's not, fingers crossed that we don't quit doing this. Please cross your fingers. If you love us, let us know. Share the word. Stay tuned, because in just a minute, we are going to do a candy slogan trivia in place of our usual sex, marry, kill.
Exciting.
Any last words there? Scoop-a-doop.
I think that overall, candy went pretty well.
Yeah, it was okay. It was funny. So if you guys like to laugh, or if you guys like to hear us laugh at ourselves.
They like our witty repartee.
Repartee, my favorite general.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Okie doke, here we go. The ultimate candy slogan challenge.
Why are you making it sound so spooky?
Where are my glasses? Oh, there they are. Nerd. I'll take my hat off because it hurts my glasses. All right, so I have pulled up thinkslogans.com, and I will be hitting you with some slogans. If you know it, help fill in the blank. Some of them have like the name of the candy in there, and I'll just blank it out. Some of them do not. We'll keep track of how many you get. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. We'll give you, I guess, 15 minutes because that's what we do with everything else.
15 minutes?
Yeah, to see how many you can get right.
Okay, I think it's going to be a lot.
You think it's going to be a lot of minutes?
Yeah.
Or a lot you're going to get right?
I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of slogans in 15 minutes.
Okay, I won't do 15 minutes.
You
We'll
do
just
15.
do it until your spirit is broken.
Aw.
All right. Couple easy ones. Taste the rainbow.
Skittles.
That's correct. 1 point. Keep track of your
Whoop, whoop,
points.
whoop.
Have a break. Have a
break?
Have a break. Have a blank.
I don't know.
Well, give me something.
Kit Kat.
Yay! Look at that. You guessed your way into 2 correct answers.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. This one I didn't recognize, but when you think about it. 2 for me, none for you.
Twix.
Twix. Correct. That's 3 points.
Look at me using my logic.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
M&M's.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this, girl. You know that. You
It's
know
all
that candy.
chocolate candy so far. You're speaking my
Skittles.
language.
Yeah, you gotta love them chocolate Skittles, girl. Gotta love them chocolate ass Skittles.
They'd be good.
Isn't life juicy?
Isn't life juicy fruit?
No, juicy fruit. Isn't that?
It's a
like
gum.
Oh no, it's Starburst.
Oh. I
So
don't remember
you've
that.
missed one. So 4 and 1. This one I didn't recognize either. At work, rest, and play, you get 3 great tastes in a blank.
3 great tastes. 3. What has 3 in it?
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's a rhyming slogan.
So say the first part again.
At work, rest, and play, you get 3 great tastes in a...
Milky Way.
There you go. I knew that would help you.
Nougat, caramel, and chocolate.
There you
3 things.
go. All right. Don't let hunger happen to you.
Snickers.
Snickers. Okay, good job. Hungry, why wait?
That's not Snickers.
Did I say it wasn't Snickers?
Snickers.
Snickers. Correct.
That was tricky. You did 2 back-to-back that were the same candy.
I'm sorry.
I still got it, though. You tried to trick me. I still got it right.
This one, I would be shocked if you know. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy or Mounds.
What the hell? How'd you know that?
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't.
Wow.
Back in the day when you had to watch commercials when you watched TV, that was a commercial that was in there.
I mean, if that was a commercial.
And Almond Joys are delicious.
Okay. A lighter way to enjoy chocolate.
3 Musketeers.
Absolutely. Good job. Look at this.
I am a wealth of useless knowledge about candy slogans.
Cleans your teeth while it cleans your breath.
Dentine.
Dentine. Look at that. This is easy.
4 out of 5 dentists recommend.
This one I remember from the olden days. Break out of the ordinary.
Skittles.
It's Butterfinger.
Nope, don't remember that. Butterfinger's the worst. It gets stuck in your teeth. Ugh.
Quiet you. Blank the fresh maker.
Mentos.
Mentos is absolutely right.
You're also not supposed to mix those with Coke.
Oh, okay.
I'm just warning you. If you were thinking of having some Mentos and Coke, don't do it because your stomach's going to explode and you're going to get double diabetes.
My God. Okay. I do not want double diabetes.
No?
Blow your own bubble.
Hot Hubba Bubba.
Nope. Bubble Yum. The other.
Oh.
The other gum. Gosh, you're doing good. I gotta find something
Bubble
harder.
Yum keeps it popping. That's the
All
one I
right.
remember.
Okay. This one. Okay. Makes mouths happy.
I actually remember this commercial, but I'm having a hard time. Snickers.
No. The answer is Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
And the reason the answer is Twizzlers is because it curves to make a smile.
But it does.
Because Twizzlers can be curled up to fit in the palm of someone's hand and thus make a smile.
But they wouldn't stay. I'm going to get a Twizzler, and I'm going to try to curl it in my hand, and I'm going to film a video where you see it unfurling like a beautiful flower and not fitting in my palm.
If you make that video, that would be the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That is really weird. Apparently, you're into
hot.
things that I was not aware of.
It's more than a mouthful. It's
more than a mouthful. These are getting hard now. Bubble Yum.
whatchamacallit.
Oh, I love whatchamacallit.
Because it's hard to say.
Oh.
Whatchamacallit.
So good. I haven't had one in forever.
All right. Blank, 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 blank makes the very best.
Wow. Mars.
Nestle's.
Oh, I
can't
remember
spell
that.
out the word.
Nestle makes the very best, and then it's
Blank,
spelled
blank, 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 blank,
N-E-S-T-L-E-S.
blank.
Yeah.
All right, I hit you with a couple more, and then we'll get the fudge out of here.
Fudge, it's a candy.
Smoking prohibited, blanking allowed.
That's a weird one.
It's considered one of the more popular ones, according to this website.
Well, I think they're wrong. Snacking? I don't know.
Is that the name of the candy?
No.
Snack. And are you saying snack-ing added to the ing that's already there? So snacking?
I don't know. I don't know.
Pezzing allowed, apparently.
Okay, I have never heard that in all of my 41 years.
Well, I'm sorry. It's on the internet.
Well, that doesn't mean it's true.
Last one. Get the sensation.
Ugh. That I remember too.
Yummy
Get
candy.
the
I love candy.
Skittles.
York peppermint
Oh,
patty.
yeah, because it's all frosty and minty.
How many did you get right?
I don't know, like 6 or 7.
I
was
also
doing
stopped counting.
really well there for a while, and then it all was a train wreck. If we just stopped it after like the first 10, I'd be looking really good. But we kept going, and it just got worse and worse.
Well, I'll hit you with one more so you can get it right, and then we'll stop right there.
Oh, what a sweetie.
Nobody lay a finger on my...
Butterfinger.
No, that's Tootsie Pop.